Hello, welcome to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. It is day 54, I think, for Mr. Corran. I mean, sometimes, it's hard to wonder if you're actually accurate. So, there are some exciting updates this time around. Don't usually get to say that, but there is. So, first, and maybe most important, I can now sim the Galactic War. That saves me 20-30 minutes every day. That's really nice. Um, I just want to note, I never once this time did not complete Galactic War, so that's exciting. I mean, I also spent $100 to get the Hyperdrive bundle, so you would hope that would be the case, but, you know, little victories. So that's the first piece of big news. Second piece of big news I wanted to share, with CG changing how they're doing the shard economy and farming, which if you have not seen, this is the post. Most character shards are going to be doubled, essentially. Some of the newer stuff is not, but most of the older stuff will be. So that has changed how I am farming. So typically what I would do at daily reset is I'd come here and I'd farm Krennic, and then I'd come here and I'd farm Piet, yep, Piet and Veers. I knew there's two here. Then I would go over here, and then I've got the TIE Bomber and the Royal Guard, and then down here I've got, well, you get the point. So everything but the TIE Bomber and Piet is going to be double drops very soon, forever. So why waste energy right now on getting single drops when I can get double drops later? But the gear is not going to change. I can get same gear later as I can now. So therefore, it's more efficient to use energy now on gear and use it later to get the drops, the shards. I've been farming Piet in the TIE Bomber. I'm not doing any refreshes right now. Just 80 energy on each of those nodes. And then I've just been farming gear for Vader. Getting actually very close now to these two gear pieces. You see I've got all those. Just need 10 more there. I've got all those. Need 6 more there. And I think we're good to go here. Yep, got that. Nope. Of course, need stun guns. But getting close to those two pieces. So just 2 more pieces after that. And we'll have a Gear 13 character. So that's exciting. So since we're in the roster, let's talk about that. You'll notice I have placed another Zeta on Vader. And this, I did put some thought into it. Let me see if I can pull up the list. So I had 3 characters that I thought about doing. Vader obviously was one. Fives was another, his tactical awareness, and then the third was Bossk. And I'll briefly touch on each of those. We'll start with fives. I am slowly kind of farming up my clones. And I don't think Shaak Ti is really all that far away now. Can't quite get to her just yet, but we'll be able to start farming her soon. And even at 2 stars as a leader for the clones, she's just fantastic. Really will change the clones. So that's a great team. Plus they've got ships. Well, at least 3 of them have ships. So it's certainly good investment. So I do have 5, 7 stars. Rex and Echo are slowly coming along. I'm not really farming Clone Sergeant, but I get free shards from Bronzian packs every now and then. So anyway, the tactical awareness is absolutely necessary to making this team good, especially on offense, because the AI, when you're fighting against someone else, will often kill one of the other clones before they kill fives. Then fives gives all of his stats out, and then all of your clones are much, much better. So it's really imperative that you have that if you're going to really make good use of this team. It's probably the most essential Zeta for this team. You can make arguments for either of Shakti's Zetas, but it's really phenomenal. So that was a tough call there. The other thought was Bossk, but this is why I didn't do it. I had to scroll all the way down here to find him. No, his leadership on the hunt is really fantastic, giving health and protection recovery whenever an enemy suffers a debuff or resists a debuff. That really helps. However, I'm not farming Bossk yet. I'm not going to gear him up. I'm not going to work on the bounty hunters just yet. So it felt like it was a bit of a waste of a Zeta at this time. So I think fives will probably be my next Zeta. Then maybe Bossk after that, and by that time, maybe I'll be able to actually put a little bit of work into bounty hunters to make them respectable. Probably want to get Bossk up to 4 stars, just to make him where he's not going to die super easy. He does have good health and protection, but you got to have some stars on there too. 2 stars, unfortunately, is not going to cut it. So, those are the exciting updates. Now for the more boring updates, not much gear other than Vader. I don't know if I put any on Thrawn since we last chatted. So mainly just farming shards, but not really even doing a whole ton of that. Because like I said, I've been farming gear. So Piet and TIE Bomber. Piet's way down here. I haven't even activated him yet. He is slow, man. I just have the worst luck farming him. Seems like every other day I get 0 shards. So that's kind of frustrating. So yeah, there we are there. Now ships, I actually do have more good news. Finally unlocked TIE Advanced. That was fantastic. It showed up in the fleet store a couple times, so that really helped. I still need to work on getting it to level 85, but you can see it's already my best ship. Now, unfortunately, it just does not have a whole lot of survivability. Now, part of that's because it's only 4 stars and level 60. But part of it's just innately it doesn't have a whole ton of health. It's very similar to Anakin's ship in that regard. It's right about the same amount of damage and right about the same amount of health. They both do a ton of damage, but Anakin's ship is a little bit better because he can get those bonus turns and the bonus turn meter that Vader really doesn't. However, in the right lineup, Vader can be absolutely devastating. Hopefully I'll have Biggs up where he's really feasible. Then when you throw Biggs in with Vader and Vader inflicting target lock on every attack, then Biggs is just always gaining protection and taunting, and that can work out pretty well. So it is a good ship for sure. So that was nice. I did get TIE Silencer and Crew to 7 stars. That was nice. Crew's very last shard, I had 99 out of 100. It probably took, no kidding aside, no exaggerations, it probably took 35 attempts to get that last shard. It was beyond frustrating. But anyway, we did it. So yeah, getting close here on the Ghost. The Phantom's a little bit further away, but I'll get both those to 7 stars. Coming along on the TIE Fighter as well. And we also unlocked the TIE Bomber, which was great for Grand Arena. It turns out that's a pretty good ship, as I expected. Even at low star count, these ships without crew are deceptively strong for their GP. So it's only 22,000, but it's much stronger than that, really. So damage is nothing, but look at that health and protection. Vader's only got 2,000 more health, but had like 25,000 less protection. So the TIE Bomber is much tankier than Vader's ship. Uh, so yeah, we've got now 3 Imperial ships, Empire ships, which is good for the Thrawn, or not the Thrawn, the Tarkin fleet that I want to run. The TIE Silencer is going to fit in there very nicely. Biggs will probably fit in there very nicely, so I have another tank if I need it. So yeah, so the reason I mentioned that, my last round here, I might have lost, except that my fleet held. It held very well, and that was not with Vader either. I did not have Vader activated before this Grand Arena kicked off. And you see this is only 168,000, so he kept, well, he only put 150,000 on defense. My fleet on offense was like 220,000 to 240, somewhere around there. So he probably kept his best fleet for offense, and he couldn't beat mine. That surprised me, honestly. It did, and I think the TIE Bomber really did some good work there. So looking forward to seeing how it does this round as well. So anyway, and yes, I finally did get the Executrix to 6 stars. That was also exciting. So yeah, getting close to having this second fleet really ready to go. Really, I almost have 3 fleets ready, but yeah, you can only have 2 at this stage. So the Houndstooth, once I get that really going, will also be very nice. But unfortunately, like I said, that's still a little ways away. Okay, so Squad Arena, been top 20 every day. Yesterday, actually, I think I went up to number 4. Today, I think I got stuck around 13, 14. Just kind of depends on what it's like climbing. Sometimes you run into a wall of Shadow Knight Revens, and well, that's a pretty good counter to my team. So you kind of get stuck. But other times, you got some Night Sisters or some Geos that have managed to climb up. And both of those are just kind of food for Vader. So fleets staying, top 5 or top 7 at the worst. I think I was 7 the other day. I was number 5 today. Unfortunately, number 2 and 3 and 4, and of course number 1 are unfortunately mostly out of reach. Looks like he's actually lowered his fleet there. I didn't realize he would do that, but